Yo, okay, so we're live now.
Sweet.
Let's see, who is out on laps?
Monkey Pill just set provisional pole. He's going to be on his in lap, I think. Nico John's about to cross the line to finish his lap.
On board with Orioles. Orioles puts it on pole with a 129.088, so about 7/10 clear of Monkey Pill.
Like a fantastic lap so far. I wonder if they're gonna, if Monkey Pill or Hot Boy can maybe try and get a little bit closer on their next laps. Yeah, that's a very big lead.
Yes, it's a great lap. The Steinmein's up in here. What's up, Steinmein? Alright, let's see what's happening at the moment. Roman numeral's gonna start a hot lap.
Yeah, Hot Boy's about to start his as well.
Roman numerals looks like he's flying through turns 1 and 2. Chep goes wide in the exit of turn 2, but doesn't invalidate, so... But he's also not using any ERS. Oh, he's on a out lap, okay. Rusty gonna start a hot lap. What up, Adri? Adri's in the chat. Who is that that's coming? That's Spurlin. Spurlin's gonna start a lap. So what can Spurlin do? Spurlin, who just coming off the back of another win. That's 3 wins this season.
Yeah, as we see Hot Boy going purple in sector 2, so he's on a good lap right now. Hot Boy about to cross the line now on his hot lap. And he is going to not improve.
So he doesn't improve, Hot Boy.
Nope, he's still got a 129.8, so still 0.8 off Orioles.
So I'm still on board then with Spurlin. He seems to be flying through sector 3 really nicely, attacking the corners, hitting all the apexes, getting on the power nice and early. Carrying a lot of speed, but is this going to be good enough for pole?
It's 0.4 off Orioles in the first and second sector combined, so it'll have to be a really special sector 3.
Yeah, that, and he goes a little bit wide in the final corner. and it's not good enough. It's only good enough for fourth, a 129.860. Nico John, I think that was Nico John behind him, put in a 130.9. Who else is next to put a lap in? I think Shep. But Shep has invalidated, so he's having a little bit of trouble out there with the track limits. The next car behind him would be Grumpy, so let's go on board Grumpy. Currently sitting in fifth with a 130.003. Grack, Bacon saying, yeah, that Racing Point's only 3 points off Ferrari in the combined Constructors' Championship. So good observation there, Bacon. I'm sure Ferrari will do what they can to not allow themselves to be overtaken by Racing Point, but Racing Point looking pretty good here today with Orioles on provisional pole. Can Grumpy improve? He does improve, but it's only good enough for second. The rest of the field is still about 7/10 clear, so great lap from Orioles so far. So Monkey Pill in the pits.
Yeah, I was just about to follow Rusty crossing the line and then he pitted, so...
Must have invalidated. Nero next across the line, he's going to start a hot lap. JH behind him, finishing his lap. But I guess this must have been another slow lap because it was 13 seconds slower than his past lap. Nico John next across the line. And he does improve by almost half a second, so he's up into 6th. Great improvement there from Nico John.
Back down to about to cross the line. Got lucky not to invalidate on the last corner, he ran a little bit wide. Can't improve.
Yeah, so he's down in 13th at the moment with a 133.4, so he'll be looking to improve that. Let's see who else is next. We have Shep coming up next. Can he improve? Currently sitting down in 8th. And he does improve slightly by almost a 10th.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Nero that's next across the line as well. I think he's on another hot lap. He seems to be pushing on through sector 3.
Let's go on board with Nero. Nero, who's so quick. So what can the Frenchman do here? Nice and tidy through that final corner.
Yeah.
Runs out of ERS. How's this going to affect them? 129.776.
Look how close it is from P2 to P4.
Yeah. I mean, the margins are so slim. Anything could swing it one way or the other. So, but that's a good thing. I think for these drivers, it tells them that get back out there, put in a solid lap, and they've got every chance of putting it on the front row next to Orioles. And from there, you know, the race is going to be different from quali. Even if it looks like Orioles has got the pace, the guys need to put themselves into second place to get the best possible start and try to stay with the Orioles.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully, for the sake of the closest in the race, Orioles' hot lap pace doesn't correlate exactly to his race pace. We'll see.
We will see. It's not always a guarantee that it does. So who's up in the chat? Steinmeier saying go Spulin. Yep. Red Bull cheering on Red Bull. Grack saying come on Tack and JH. Alfa Romeo driver Grack cheering on his fellow Alfa Romeo drivers Tack and JH. JC saying whoa, Orioles is flying. Some intel from JC saying he told me this was his best track, but I didn't think it was by that much. So it seems that this weekend is playing into Orioles' hands.
Speed check improves up to P7.
Yeah.
Down to P8.
Great lap from Spitchek. Who else is that? So it looks like Spoon is next across the line, and Monkey Pill just behind him. Now let's go on board with Monkey Pill actually. How will this affect Monkey Pill? Because he set himself up to do a hot lap right behind Spoolin. Will he be affected by dirty air? So Suzuki up in the chat. What's up, Suzuki? Night Fury in there. What's up, Night Fury?
Rusty's just coming through Sector 3 now. He's half a second this time.
And Monkey Pill has invalidated.
Can easily happen, especially with the dirty air from spooling Dub as well.
Yeah. Grumpy starting a hot lap. Let's go down to Rusty.
And improves up to
He does. That's a massive improvement. So the track is ramping up. But at this point, the time's run out. So whoever's on a lap, this is it.
Grumpy is on a push lap right now. He's in Sector 1, but he's 5/10 off his last Sector 1 time, so I don't think he's going to be able to improve.
Well, Spoolin is up on his time. He's got enough of a margin to at least snatch 5th if he doesn't mess up anywhere, but he does go a little wide.
Only 8/100 to the second in it as well before that lockup, so it's going to be closest to where they can improve. But
he does improve. Yeah, great.
That shows how tight that little battle is there. He only improved by a few hundred to the second.
So who's that coming up? That's Joe. He puts it in 7th. That's a great lap from Joe. Who else is coming? It looks like there is a Racing Point. No, he's just trying to get to the line to finish his session. I think Grumpy is the last runner, actually. So what can Grumpy do? Currently sitting on the 2nd row. Man, I think he's going a little bit slower. I don't think this is a push lap. So I wonder why he's pushed for another lap then, instead of just jumping into the pits. That's going to be it. Yuppie is in the chat. Am I on PS5? No, Yuppie, this is PS4. Not sure why the quality may be different here. So, we did get some intel earlier saying that the race is going to be wet to dry. So, how is that going to affect the race there? Oreos, who's right on the pace, about 7/10 clear of the rest of the field. An amazing, amazing lap.
Yeah, that was a dominant performance in qualifying there from Orioles. Really strong.
But yeah, JC also made a good point. JC saying Nero made a good run there. We missed that one completely, because Nero stuck in there, put in a 129.4, which is only 3 and some odd tenths off of that. So overall, yeah, it looks like this is going to be a pretty damn good race, a cracking race that we got in our hands here. And I think a lot of it is going to come down to who makes the best choices in the race in terms of the cutoff, the crossover points between the wet, the inters, and the dry, whatever tires they need to start on.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be interesting to see how heavy the rain will actually will be, whether we'll be on the inters or the wets. Oh, and that's looking like full wet weather. That's very heavy rain. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a very entertaining race indeed. Shout out to JC Blakely and Suzuki in the chat as well. What's up, guys? Cheers for joining us. Just waiting for the drivers to sort out their strategies and such, and then we'll get the ready up from Grumpy, and the formation lap will begin.
Yeah, but I mean, everyone can see it. It's absolutely pouring. So
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
yeah, I don't think there's going to be much to do in terms of selecting a strategy, except for maybe try to figure out how much to underfuel the car. In these kinds of conditions, I think most people are going to be running on lean most of the time, so you can get away with that.
Yeah, in these conditions, it's very easy to save fuel because you're not going to gain. It's going to help you in the traction zones being in lean.
Right. And let's see what is going on in the chat. JC Blakely. Okay, Will.
Yeah,
He says, okay, hold on real quick.
JC
Will.
Blakely is
No, no,
getting.
no, no, no. Will. He said his name is, it's not Blackley, it's Blakely.
Oh, I apologize, JC Blakely.
Sorry, Mr. Blakely. Jeez, get it right, Will.
I can't believe it.
So, who else is up in here? Thank you, JC, for telling the bot to shut up. He is out of here. I love how these bots are always like, "Do you want to be famous?" And I'm just like crying, like, "No, but yeah, but yeah." JC saying, "I hate you."
Nice.
We love you, JC. Bacon saying, "Rip." Yeah, I felt personally attacked just because I only have like less than 100 followers. Big rips. Big rips indeed. Grumpy is in the chat. I think these guys are just about ready then. I mean,
Yeah, we just got the ready up there from Shep, so we'll be starting any second now.
so what are the keys to this circuit? Will, talk to us about France, Paul Ricard.
Well, the end of Sector 1, the whole of Sector 1 is very technical, especially turns 3, 4, and 5. It's really important to get good drive out of turns 6 and 7 as well, because that takes you onto the very long straight.
Yep.
There's a lot of time to be found then in the chicane at the end of that straight, but you've got to watch out for the inside for picking up track limit warnings, as well as the exit of turn 2 is also a place where warnings are going to be easy to pick up. So I think a lot of this will come down to drivers that can keep it on the track, especially in these conditions, and yeah, who has the ability to navigate the tough technical sections of this track in this really heavy rain conditions.
Yeah, I mean, agreed. It really all boils down to may the best man win, because the conditions are going to be absolutely treacherous. We're on board with Orioles, and you can see just with the glare and the rain, man, you can barely see the actual track limits themselves. You kind of almost have to drive just as if your eyes were closed, just based off of your memory of where everything is. Now, of course, once the track starts drying up a little bit as the guys do laps on the racing line, it'll start to become a little bit more clear. But like Will's saying, it's not going to be easy. Really quickly, as the guys are finishing up their formation lap, let's do a quick grid rundown. So we have Orioles on the pole. Orioles, who since joining the league has taken Tier 2 by storm. Second in Netherlands, got his win in Spain, had a tough race at Monaco, but he's back and he'll be looking to score as many points as possible and get that win potentially here today. Then we got Nero in the Mercedes, sitting fourth in the championship with 114 points, coming off the back of a great finish at Canada. Got second at Canada, so we'll see what he can do here today, starting in the same position. Behind him we got Spooling fifth in the championship, 3 wins this season, just coming off the back of back-to-back wins. Can he make it back-to-back-to-back? We'll have to see. Then we got Grumpy. Grumpy is leading the championship by 20 points. He's got 170 points in the Ferrari. Mr. Consistent, 1 win so far this season, but leading the championship with his just consistent point finishes. So maybe not quite as quick as Orioles here today, but he'll be just behind, ready to pounce. And we got Monkey Pill in the Renault. Monkey Pill, who is awesomely quick as well. He last got a win at Monaco, actually, a few weeks back, so see what he can do. Then we got Hot Boy, 6th place. It's actually, I think, a really great starting position for him. A newer reserve. Then we got Joe, Rusty, Spitcheck, Nico John, who's third in the championship. So what can he do from 10th? Shep. Will the Ferrari master plan come together today? Roman numerals in 12th, JH 13th, TAC Delta 14th, and TESD in 15th. Looks like TESD has some kind of moment on the grid. Disqualified at the moment, but he will be racing. There he is.
Yeah, he's going to be really struggling with the tyre temperatures because
Yep.
of 5 red lights.
Round 10's underway. France GP, Tier 2. Orioles get
Total
some
start
wheel
by
spin. Nero's ahead.
To turn 1, Spulin's going to have a look to the inside, but he's got Grumpy on his outside looking to take himself up into P3. They're going to be side by side.
Oh, man.
Spulin going slightly wide and he maintains that position.
It's absolutely treacherous out there. There's no grip. There's absolutely no grip out there. So Nero with the better start. Oreo's trying to put his car in there, make it too wide. I think Orioles now, yep, Orioles has overtaken Nero, so really great drive out of that turn 6, 7, like you mentioned. So what's happening? Looks like there's some, oh, and who is that going off? Someone went off.
TAC Delta and JH getting a bit tangled up there.
I think that's what I saw. One of the cars veering off. So the Alfa Romeo is now all the way at the back. What can they do from the back of the field? Yeah, so Orioles was able to make an overtake on Nero down the back straight, back into the lead. So let's see what he can do in this clear air. Oh, and Nero going very wide. And Nero's left the session.
Yeah, it looks like he's just gotten disconnected. He's going to lose out a lot there.
Are you friends with Nero on PSN?
I don't think I am, otherwise.
Let me see if I can send him an invite really quick. Man, that's a tough break for Nero. Let's see, Nero, where you at? He's back? I'm going to send him a couple invites just in case. Come on.
Gets that move done down the main straight. Down the pit straight, sorry.
So who's up in the chat? Suzuki saying that if he doesn't get into too much of a carnage, he could be having a field day. I agree. TAC Delta is very consistent. Night Fury saying Roman from 12th to 2nd. Yeah, I think that's a timing bug glitch. And once we do a lap or two, it sorts itself out. So what?
We're going around the outside there before the main straight. There's yellow flags in sector 2. That's Roman numerals off.
It looks like he's just gone a bit wide.
Yeah,
so
he's recollected it. He's lost 2 or 3 positions there.
Yeah, he has. I think he didn't pick up any damage though. Yeah, he's still good to go.
Oriel, sorry, already with a 3.2 second lead. Speedcheck getting past Nero as well.
Yeah, so Oriel's looking like a rain weather specialist here today.
And Shep going for the move on Speedcheck.
Down the inside. Wow.
Side by side, he gets the move done. Brilliant.
Yeah. Nice move. So tricky there. So I wonder then if Shep has put in some sort of high downforce setup to help get a lot of to have a lot of grip in these conditions, but will that end up hurting him once the track dries out?
Yeah, it's going to depend as well on when the track actually dries out, because it does not look like it's getting any lighter at this moment in time. I'm not sure exactly when. Forecast will say that the rain would be easing up, but it doesn't look to be easing up at all.
Yeah, from what I understand, it will dry up. The question is when. So yeah, good point. So who's the closest battle on track at the moment?
On to Grumpy for P3 as well.
I think the closest battle is TSD down in 13th. He's trying to chase down Joe for 12th. But now It looks like Roman numerals is getting really, really close to spit check as well. Let's go actually to that battle really quickly. Oh, he's actually just ahead, so you can see it from this point of view. The guys are just absolutely struggling for grip. There is no grip. Oh, and spit check's gone off. Spit check's gone off. That exit of turn 6 and 7 that you're saying is so crucial. And he just put the power down a little too aggressively there, and that's unfortunate for spit check. I believe that is terminal damage, so that's our first DNF of the day. Okay.
Yeah, we've disconnected again, and we've managed to get away with that without a VSC or a safety car. Just a big surprise. Put the pressure to Rugby, close 2/10 in this last sector. This is really important for the championship battle.
So I'm on board at the moment with JH. He's trying to chase down Roman numerals. They're having a great little scrap here. Got my eyes on this other battle for third. You're talking about the battle between Grumpy and Monkey Pill, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I got my eyes on that delta. If it starts to close down, I'm going to get back to that. But this is a great scrap. Roman and JH are so close on pace that, I mean, they're both pushing flat out, and they're just right next to each other. So it's going to be interesting to see who wins out. I think that one's going to come down to strategy. Who makes the right call for what tire later on in the race. Let's go then to Monkey Pill then, up front. Trying to chase down Grumpy, like Will was saying.
Yeah, the gap hovering about the same lap after lap, so these guys at the top of the championship very much for pace at the moment. I don't know if you also have that issue on the timing screen so you can't see the intervals at the moment.
Yeah. Codemasters giveth, and Codemasters taketh away. Gotta love him. Alright. It's kind of hard to tell what's happening, but I guess
GT is coming under pressure here from TSD. He's going to go down the inside at the chicane.
And he does back out, TSD.
Yeah, he can't get late enough on the brakes to make the move, and Joe is going to wriggle off down the road.
And Grumpy picking up a time penalty. That's our first 3-second time penalty of the day.
JH still pressuring Roman numerals as well.
So biggest winners and losers so far. A lot of people have moved up a lot of positions. You have Rusty, Nico John, Shep, Roman numerals, JH, TSD, all up 3 positions. Biggest loser so far, I mean, technically, I guess it's like Nero, who's out of the session, disconnected, or Spitcheck, who's DNF. But other than that, Joe, he's lost 4 positions. So I wonder how this is then all going to shake out. The Delta's starting to come back, thank God. Let's go on board with Nico John. Nico John is trying to make a move on Hot Boy, his fellow Williams driver, and he's just not able to get around. There's no real opening.
Yeah, I mean, Nico John doing a brilliant job, of course. The priest of no assists.
Right.
Doing well in this wet weather, though. And Hot Boy's made a little mistake there. This could open the door for Nico John.
I think, yeah. And he sees it. He's being patient because he knows right here is what matters. Getting on the power. He's got a decent run. I don't think he was able to get on the power quite as well as Hot Boy, so that should mean that he remains behind. But not a bad position, I think, for Nico John. If he can kind of just hang out a little bit behind these lead cars, figure out a plan of attack, and then start moving forward. Yeah, Night Fury saying Nico...
Yeah, I think as well.
He is. So this will pull Hot Boy back towards Nico John a little bit as Hot Boy struggles to find a way around.
This could be the pass here as Nico John moves to the inside of the right-hander.
Ooh. That's so tricky.
They make a little bit of contact. Hot Boy forced out wide there, but Nico John's passed. I think that was fair racing there.
A little bit of contact, I think, is going to happen as Nico John then loses the rear end, and now he's under attack from Hot Boy.
Yeah, it's a brilliant little Williams civil war here. Nico John's pitting, as is Rusty.
So what is the
A few
call?
drivers ahead, Spoolin and Grumpy, in onto intermediate tyres.
They've got the call for inters. They've got the call for inters. So Spoolin, Grumpy, Rusty, Nico John, Roman Numos, they happen to be in turn 14 right as they were getting the call. Are they going to massively benefit from that positioning?
Sure, the track's still looking very wet. I think it's definitely going to be in the crossover point between the inters and the wets. I don't think the wet runners are going to be missing out massively. The line has dried up from the start of the race, certainly. I mean, it's really on the border between the wets and the inters, though. The rain has lightened up a bit, though, certainly.
I think if you keep it on the racing line, the inters may work. But if you venture even a millimeter off, you've got to be so careful. You can see Hot Boy's having trouble even on the full wets. So
Shep hitting a very impressive drift around turn 6. That was nice to watch.
We missed that one. We'll have to look at the highlights later on.
Putting TSD under pressure as well here. TSD picked up a penalty.
So this is great for Shep, because if they made the call to come in for the inters too early, he can continue to push on these tires and then come in a little bit later and make up a lot of ground. So let me actually pull up sector times and see if those with the...
What's going to be interesting to see here is whether race leader Orioles is going to pit this lap or whether he's going to continue on, and he is going to pit.
So Orioles in the pits. Orioles in the pits. What does Monkey Pill do? Surely he'll see what's going on ahead. And he's also in the pits. Everybody on the inters. So
Shep really struggling as well out on those wets, so it is looking like it is going to be the intermediate time to shine.
I'm looking at the sector times though, and it doesn't look at the moment like the inters are lighting up the timesheets quite just yet in terms of the sector times. But we're probably just at that crossover point now.
Orioles coming out of the pits, he's not going to be under any pressure, I don't think.
So Orioles, Monkey Pill, Hot Boy, Shep, JH, Joe, TESD all coming in for the inters, and let's see who is...
have worked, because Spoolin and Grumpy have both undercut Monkey Pill.
Yeah. So it looks like it may have not been quite time yet, but it was good enough to at least get the undercut done.
Yeah, I think Spoolin's caught up a little bit of ground on Orioles, but not too much, and Orioles still firmly in control of this race.
You can see I'm more on board with Monkey Pill, who's trying to chase down Grumpy for third, just struggling to put the power down. The car's sliding around, not really biting into the surface. The conditions are still fairly treacherous as it stands right now.
Shep picking up the 3-second time penalty there as well for track limits.
So let's go to Hot Boy. This is the battle for 5th at the moment. So Hot Boy's still stuck behind Rusty. Rusty in a great position here, up in 5th at the moment.
It's gotten a little bit wide though. Hot Boy could have the run on him if he uses up a lot of ERS.
But he's in a position himself to pass.
Yes, he can go down the inside. Rusty's going to fight that one back though, and there's not much you can do there on the outside, and Hot Boy gets a position up in P5.
Great driving from both these drivers though, Hot Boy and Rusty. Shout out. That is not easy to do in the wet. It's so easy to drift a little wide or be afraid that it's wet and want to turn in for the best possible corner apex.
Yeah,
but they gave each other just enough room.
As well, if these guys are fighting, Nico John might be able to take advantage of it as well. He's going to be putting them under some pressure.
Yeah, he's already thinking, alright, what's going to happen 2-3 corners from now? Grumpy put in the fastest lap. So nice lap from Grumpy. Nero picking up a time penalty.
Spoolin's already lost a second to Orioles this lap though, so Orioles' pace looks certainly D1 worthy at the moment.
Yeah, Orioles is just absolutely flying.
As he just sets the purple sector 1 time. Then he sets the purple sector 2 time. This could be fastest lap by quite some margin here for Orioles.
And we're still on board with Nico John, the closest battle on track still. Two closest battles looks like Monkey Pill trying to chase down Grumpy for third, and Nico John chasing down Rusty for sixth. So yeah, you can see Hot Boy, who got past Rusty, is now able to drive away. Nico John was almost going to throw it up the inside there, but he does back out. I think that's the wise move.
JH gets past Roman numerals to take P9.
Yeah, nice move from JH. These guys having a great scrap. So now I'm on board with Roman numerals. Looking at the back of JH. Orioles put in the fastest lap, so nice lap from Orioles. So can Roman numerals chase JH back down and try to mount some kind of...
With the fastest lap there.
Yes, let's see if Roman numerals can mount some kind of counterattack here.
Yeah, I'll keep following along with Nico John as well. He's putting Rusty under some pressure now. And this was a battle for P6.
So last lap by Orioles is a 144.308. Last lap by Grumpy was a 144.331. And last lap by Monkey Pill was a 144.1. So Monkey Pill is currently the fastest man on the track.
With a big mistake there, he's lost about probably 7/10 of a second there. He nearly spins it, he manages to collect it again through turn 6. That was a big mistake there from Nico John.
So I wonder what happened. He's just applying the pressure a little too aggressively.
Yeah, he got a little bit too eager on the throttle. Had to go opposite lock to catch it.
It's so easy to do on the wet, especially with no assist.
Yeah, exactly. It's really, really difficult to nail getting the power down.
So who's the closest battle on track at the moment? That would be Monkey Pill. Still trying to chase down Grumpy.
Uses the rear a little bit there on the exit as well.
He does, so that allows Grumpy to get a little bit away from him. Ever so slightly.
Sky's starting to lighten a little bit as well. You can see some of the sun coming through the clouds a little bit. So I think we will be on board the dries, possibly a little bit later on in this race.
Yeah, I think so. Now, what I'm wondering is, can they take these inters, if there is going to be a cutoff point, can they take these inters to that cutoff point, or will they have to come in for another set of inters?
Yeah, I think they should. They should probably be able to manage it unless it comes really late on in the race. Obviously, the wet tyres last quite well compared to the slicks. But it's going to be interesting to see what tyre compounds, what dry compound they'll go onto when they box. Anyway, if they do box the dries later on in this race, whether it be late enough for the softs or whether it will be in medium territory. I think it's going to be a little bit too late for the hards.
Yeah.
Back to pressure on Musty as well.
I think it's going to be an interesting choice. I think we're going to see some people take the gamble for the softs. I think we're going to see most people hop onto the mediums. But will those soft runners, given that hypothetical situation, will they be able to make those tires last, or are they going to fall apart in the last, final few laps of the race? So everything's still to play out for. No one.
John set Musty up for the overtake, and Musty's on.
Rusty lost the rear end there. He was able to catch it, but that promotes Nico John to 6th, Rusty to Shep to 7th. So Rusty moves back to 8th.
Starting to pull some really nice pace out of the car as well now.
Yeah, I think he's getting in the zone. Although Grumpy goes a little wide there.
I thought he might have been pitting for a second there.
Yeah, and then Monkey Pill goes wide. Yeah, Monkey Pill goes wide as well. So little tiny errors. It looks like for most people. So let's see, it looks like Rusty, let's go on board with Rusty. Rusty's starting to chase Shep down a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to want to regain the lost ground that happened because of his mistake. I don't think he's going to be able to get Nico John though. I think he's going to be too quick, but Shep will certainly be coming under some pressure from Rusty, I think, in these next couple of laps.
Yeah, and you can see Rusty has used up half of his ERS battery. So he's doing what he can to what he can to get as close to Shep as possible. I think he's trying to get into that slipstream. I don't think the slipstream is quite as powerful, obviously, in the wet as it is in the dry, but there's still something there to help you gain time.
Yeah, of course they aren't quite going quite as quickly, so obviously the slipstream isn't as powerful, but it's still quite powerful.
Right.
Especially on that really long straights that we have in France as well.
But Shep is just able to put the power down brilliantly, and he's just out of a heavy braking traction zone, he's flying away. So Shep looking really good here.
Grumpy's starting to put the pressure onto Spoolendup as well. His last couple of laps, he's now within a second. Of course, no DRS in these conditions, but it's getting pretty close. The Spooling runs wide a little bit as well, so it really looks like he can get the front end turned into these apexes.
So let's see what's going on. All four drivers, top four drivers, are hovering right around 60, 70, 80% ERS. Last lap by Orioles was a 144.5. Last lap by Spoolin was a 144.6. Last lap by Grumpy, a 144.3. And last lap by Monkey Pill was a 145.1. So Monkey Pill falling a little bit behind in terms of the lap times. Looks like the top three are in a groove right now.
Yeah, Orioles in a world of his own. Up at the front, so I think it's going to take a big mistake by him if he's going to lose this lead. But yeah, P2 and P3 lapping relatively closely. I think Grumpy's just itching away at that lead a little bit, but yeah, we'll have to ride on board with them. I think Spooling made a little mistake through the chicane. He's lost about 4 tenths to Grumpy. But that gap is just rubber banding up and down at the moment. TSDM UFC as well is getting really close to Roman Numerals, who spins. Collected it back up, but Roman Numerals has lost that position. He's lost a lot of time, and there goes Grumpy falling down the order as well. Grumpy's had a spin. The championship leader here has been passed by Monkey Pill, and he's now 7 seconds behind him. Hotboy might be putting him under pressure soon as well. He's going to have lit up those tyres. The temps and the wear would have gone through the ceiling there. Spooling picking up the 5-second time penalty as well for speeding in the pit lane. And yeah, Grumpy has to come into the pit, so it'll be interesting to see what he goes on to. And the track is looking pretty dry now. Still some spray coming up from the tyres. I don't think it's quite time for the dries, but Spooling is onto the dries. He's on, I think, onto the hard tyres now. This is looking... I don't know, this could possibly be a little bit too early, but the pit window is now open for the dry tyres, it would seem.
Yep. Grumpy in for the softs, Monkey in for the hards, Spoolin in for the hards, Shep in for the softs.
Did you go AFK, did you?
Yes.
You missed all the drama, man. As soon as you left, Roman numeral span, then Grumpy span, and then everyone pitted for dries.
Oh, jeez.
The leaders are Hotboy and Orioles. They're still on the intermediates, but a lot of people have ducked in for the dry tyres.
But that's the thing, is the track is now dry. I think that's maybe part of the reason why they spun, but is it really dry or does it just look dry? I don't see any...
Yeah, that's Nico John around in Sector 1. So it's still really treacherous conditions. It's going to be very greasy, and the track is going to be very cold as well. Trying to get the heat into those tyres is going to be incredibly difficult. As Spooling gets passed by Monkey Pill. Monkey Pill now up into P3. This could be massive for the championship.
Yeah.
As we're obviously having a difficult race now after that spin.
So this big gamble for these hard tire runners. They're trying to make it to the end, but at the same time, those are going to be the tires that are the most difficult to drive on at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, getting heat into hard tires is difficult enough in normal conditions. In these conditions where the track is going to be greasy and very, very cold after the rain showers,
right.
That's going to be a really difficult task. But some are on the softs as well. TSDM UFC, for example, he's on the soft tyres. Grumpy and Shep on the softs as well, so Ferrari obviously thinking of the softs as the tyre to go with.
They're going to have to pit again, though. And Orioles in the pits, Hotboy in the pits, Orioles on the hard, Hotboy opting for the hard as well.
And that's...
And Tac Delta's out.
Delta retiring from the session. I think he's had enough.
And that's a safety car.
So this is going to get very interesting. This might help the soft runners or it might hinder them. We'll have to wait and see. It's going to be interesting to see from a strategical perspective. As we've got Nico John into the pits, he's obviously decided he's going to change his tyre strategy now that he's got the safety car out.
So I'm wondering if he then goes on to the mediums. And we should be able to see Tac Delta's car. It looks like he broke traction out of turn 7 and spun off to the left. Yeah, you can see his car over there.
A similar thing to Spicek earlier on in the race.
Yeah. Tough break for Tac, tough break for Spicek, our 2 DNFs of the day. Just losing the car in these treacherous wet conditions. Doesn't look so wet now, but it definitely was when we started the race.
Yeah, and penalties might come into this as well now, because obviously if you've got a penalty, you do not want this safety car, because this is going to really hurt you. Spoolin's got 5 seconds. I think he must have sped into the pit lane. A few drivers on the 3 seconds. That's Grumpy, Shep, JH, Joe, and Nero.
Yeah, so let's show everyone who's watching these time penalties. Like Will's saying, Spoolin's got a 5 second, JH got a 5 second, and TESD's got 8, which does imply that he does have a 3 second and a 5 second penalty. So 3 people with penalties speeding in the pits, unless that was some kind of contact under safety car. But either way, that 5 second is going to have to be served if they do pit again.
Yeah, I'll have a little look on the race director as to what caused that 5 second time penalty. There's been a lot of incidents there when you scroll through a lot of exceeding track limits. But yeah, Spoolin was speeding in the pit lane, that's why he's pitted about 5 seconds. This is possibly one of the only things I think that could actually threaten Oriol's lead in this race.
The safety car?
So untouchable, yeah.
Yeah.
He was so untouchable in the lead, he was about 10 seconds ahead I think at one point.
Yeah, this is...
It's going to be looking like he wants to take P1, and I think those softs might go to the end, you know, with the safety car period. It'll be very difficult to take good tyre management, but it's doable, I think. And the mediums will certainly get to the end.
Yes, that makes me wonder why, I guess the hard tyre was the choice, but it was probably a conservative pick from Jeff, the in-game engineer. And, I mean, unless you know exactly how many laps the medium can do, you're not really going to question it. You're just going to come in when he says to come in and take whatever tires he recommends. But who then is going to win out? Will these hard tire runners, was this the right choice for Orioles, for Monkey Pills, for Hot Boy, for Rusty, or are these medium tire runners going to win out? Because we've got Spoolin, Nico John, Roman Numerals, JH, and Joe, who looks like he's in the pits. What I think is likely to happen, actually, it's possible that Grumpy then, who's sitting in third, on those soft tires, can get a great run on this restart, overtake a couple of cars, and, you know, get himself into the lead, but start burning out those soft tires, at which point he's going to start backing up the pack into some of the medium tire runners. So,
yeah,
man,
I would say that the medium tyre's got to be the tyre of choice at the moment. There's a lot of people at the back, like Joe, JH, that have decided to pit once again for the mediums. We've got Tac Delta in the chat. He said he did just what we thought he did. He got too eager on the throttle on the run onto the straight and just lost it into the wall.
So you heard it here first, folks. Tac Delta with a press release about what happened in his DNF. A little too greedy in his own words on getting onto the back straight. Bacon is in the chat saying, yeah, with the lead that Orioles had, Hards was a safe bet. Yeah, agreed. Obviously, now that the safety car has come out, that's ruined that advantage, right? Adri saying hard tires should be better towards the end of the race. Yes, but can the medium tires get ahead and pull out a little bit of a gap that negates that? We'll see. And Bacon just confirming, yeah, hards are the better tire. And the sun's out.
Yeah, maybe the hards might be better on the last 1 or 2 laps, but I would certainly prefer to be on the mediums, I think, at the moment. Of course, they're not going to be wearing them down much under the safety car either,
So Night Fury saying, hi, Mr. Sun. Hi, Mr. Sun is right. Who else is saying hi, Mr. Sun? Orioles is saying hi, Mr. Sun. Monkey Pill is saying hi, Mr. Sun. Hot Boy is saying hi, Mr. Sun. Rusty is saying hi, Mr. Sun. They need that temperature. They'll be just elated that they're seeing some kind of sunshine. Who's not saying hi, Mr. Sun? Grumpy's not saying hi, Mr. Sun. Shep definitely isn't. TSD is not. Nero is not. the higher temperature is only going to help to wear out the soft tires that little bit quicker.
Yeah, I mean, it might help all the safety car runners getting the temperature in the short term, but I think this is definitely playing into the hands of the hard tyre runners, as we see Roman numerals and JH both making 5-second time penalties for a collision under the safety car.
So not sure what's going on there, but the guys are just compromising their own race there.
Yeah, that's damage as well for JH, who was the car behind, so I think he's gone into the back of Roman numerals. He's lost an end plate on his front wing.
And now they both have 5-second time penalties, so tough break, but that's why you should just stay a little bit further back, just in case. The thing is, okay, during the safety car, you're going to jam on the brakes to heat up the brakes, right?
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah.
Anyway, the safety car is going to be coming in this lap. TAC Delta talking to the reporters down on pit lane, saying that the rumor is that Shep's Mechanics were seen poking around the Alfa Romeo garage before the race. So TAC Delta and Team Alfa Romeo, they are going to be launching a protest against Team Ferrari. The FIA will review. Who knows what'll happen there. Thank you, TAC Delta. Giving us some...
Be 10-lap sprint to the finish. Orioles is going to be leading the pack away. The safety car restart. Monkey Pill not trying to give him any extra space.
Night Fury asking, did Roman get a 5-second penalty? He did. Contact with JH. And JH and who else is that in front of him? JH and Nero in the pits.
Yeah, that's a great restart from Orioles as well. He's already pulled a little bit of a gap to Monkey Pill. Yeah, he timed that really well on the exit.
Yeah, done really well. Yep. Kudos to Orioles there. Great restart.
Spoolin looking to make the move on Rusty. He's going to go down the inside, run up to turn 3.
Wow.
They're going to be side by side though. Rusty trying to fight it back through turn 4. Spoolin gets the move done, but he could be vulnerable to the switchback if Rusty can get a good drive out of turn 6. He's trying to keep it tight to the apex, really open up the corner. And I think Spoolin's going to have just enough space that he's going to be able to keep himself safe.
But going too wide has compromised Rusty, because he wasn't able to take the optimal line, and now he's under attack by TESD, but I don't think TESD is close enough. And he's not. He backs out.
No, and what a send by Roman numerals. He has just sent that from the moon, I think, on Nico John. He doesn't manage to get the move done. He picks up a time penalty for his efforts, but wow, that was a Daniel Ricciardo-esque attempt there by Roman numerals. Took me by surprise. Nico John threatening to get past TESD. Grumpy and Monkey Pill are side by side in sector 3 for P2. Grumpy trying to go around the outside there of Monkey Pill. Monkey Pill holding his line, he's fighting it back. Grumpy though gets the inside for the next corner. Looks like he's going to have the move done. Will Monkey try and make a move back down the inside to retake that? He can't. He's going to have to stay behind for this straight.
Watching from the onboard of Hot Boy, who is just behind. Hot Boy's done great this race so far to put himself into 4th in a great position. TSD picking up the penalty.
From Shep, who could be looking to make a move into turn 1. He's not going to, but he's broke late there anyway. He's lost a little bit of time. Hot Boy has a pretty bad exit though. So that Shep's going to get the opportunity though into this sector.
This is a great little scrap for second between Grumpy and Monkey Pill. See, I think the thing is that the guys in second and third, and Spoon for that matter, they're all at a very similar pace to Orioles, but the thing is their battling is what's letting them get away.
Yeah, Shep trying to put Hot Boy under pressure, but Hot Boy he's got some good pace now. He's trying to catch up to Monkey Pill, who's fallen back a little bit from Grumpy, who seems to just have a better pace. This is really important for the championship as well. We'll have to keep an eye on the gap as well, though, with Grumpy having that 3-second time penalty as well, so if Monkey Pill can just stick with him, might do better. But Grumpy's going to be on those soft tyres, remember, of course, as well, so he needs to make this advantage really stick at the moment before those soft tyres start to go off. He's going to be chasing down Orioles, who's in P1.
So Grumpy needs to catch Orioles and get ahead if he wants any chance of winning this race, right?
Yeah, exactly, but he's also going to probably have to hope that Orioles gets a 3-second time penalty, because he's probably going to catch straight back up to him later on in the race when those hard tyres start to have a bit of an advantage. Shep seems to just have a little bit of a pace advantage as well over Hot Boy. It's difficult to follow though through the windy sectors with dirty air, but he's going to be putting Hot Boy under pressure. DRS is going to be enabled this lap as well, I think I just said. So
yeah.
Shep making the same mistake though into turn 1. He always seems to run a little bit deep. He did that on the previous lap as well.
See, that turn 1 and 2 is one of those corners where it's very difficult to get it just right on controller, in my opinion. I think the controller users are at a little bit of a disadvantage there.
Yeah, you've got to really try and sacrifice the first turn in order to maximise the second, and Spulin's going to be putting Shep under pressure, coming down the Mistral straight.
Yep, so
DRS and slipstream.
Shep under attack.
Spulin is tucked up in that slipstream. He's not using his overtake, so I don't think he's going to be going for it.
It's not quite.
But he's putting Shep under the pressure, seeing if he'll make a mistake, and Shep's run a little bit wide there. Might not get a perfect exit though. Spulin could use a little bit of overtake to try and get past. He's not using it so far.
He's not using it.
Sticking behind, he has a little look to the inside, but I don't think that's any sort of serious look. I don't think he's going to have a chance at making that move.
If you were
to stick behind now through the whole of the third sector.
If you were in that position coming out of that chicane off the back straight, you would have been using the ERS to get by, right?
Yeah, definitely. I don't let an overtaking opportunity go by without.
Ladies and gentlemen, will to throw Shep into the pits. See, yeah, the thing is, it's not that because you want to be aggressive about making the overtake, but it's because you have someone on soft tires who's 6 laps in and just staying behind is slowing you down.
Yeah, exactly. If you get the opportunity to make a move on a slower driver, you've got to go for it.
Especially if you know they're on slower tires.
Exactly, Shep into the pits now anyway, so that fight has disappeared a little bit now. It's going to be interesting to see. He's going to probably come out side by side with Nero. It's going to be pretty close between those two drivers, actually.
So
Nero is just going to get ahead. It's going to be really tight. I think Nero has got him.
Yep, you can see Nero just ahead of Shep. So Shep cycling back out in 10th place, still in the top 10. And assuming he can make up some positions, maybe he'll do even better. So we'll monitor that. Lap times from the leaders at the moment. We got Orioles with a 134.4, and Nico John trying to make a move around the outside of Rusty.
Rusty fights it back though.
Wow, great scrap. So yeah, Orioles with the 134.4, Grumpy with the 134.0.
Back at him down the inside, sorry to cut you off there, and he's going to get the move done just before they turn in.
Yeah, great move from Nico John. I think it's really smart driving. You know, if you go side by side into that chicane and you've lost out the advantage there, you know, he backs out to be able to get on the power that little bit better, and it's paid off. Gave him the great drive out of that corner.
Yeah, Roman numerals also coming under a lot of pressure there from TSD MUSC in the Renault. Going to be following him along. He's tucked up in the slipstream. He looks like he could make the move here. He lifts off though. He's cautious. He doesn't want to go for it. He doesn't want to take the risk. He's going to wait for numerals possibly to make a mistake, and he doesn't, so he's going to stick behind TSD there with a lot of penalties so far, and the driver's been really, really cautious. So
all top 3 drivers, I believe, do have a 3-second time penalty. TESD leaving the overtake on. It always makes me so nervous when a driver leaves the overtake on.
Yeah, it's so easy to just completely run down that battery, and also to spin in the traction zones with that overtake. Nico John's a little bit deep. He's going to have possibly a run on him.
So let's go then to Rusty. Yeah, because Rusty will have the DRS here.
Yeah, it looks like he might be slightly too far back, but it's going to depend on his exit as well. Nico John struggling with his DRS to push.
He's out of overtake, and it's just he's not close enough.
Both drivers with a little lock up there. I think Nico John's done enough through that chicane to keep himself safe until the next lap. Hot Boy put Monkey Pill under pressure as well, but there's not really an overtaking opportunity coming up through that part of the track.
So Suzuki in the chat saying Grumpy's now chasing down Orioles. It went down to 2.0. Now it's back up to over 3 seconds. That's the thing about that the soft tire Suzuki is that it's gonna wear out. He's gonna have to pit again. So what we were seeing is, you know, Grumpy utilizing all that grip that soft tire has available, and now what we're seeing is that soft tire has started to go off a cliff a bit. Attack Delta saying how much time penalties do the top 3 have? They all have 3 seconds.
Hot Boy could be in a brilliant position to steal away P2 here as well, without the penalty, of course. He's going to be a little bit too far behind Oils, I think, who's just been absolutely supreme this race. I don't think anything is going to be able to stop him from taking home the win here today. But if Hot Boy can just stick close to this lead battle, as we see Monkey Pill starting to put the pressure on Grumpy, but if he can stick with them, he's going to gain those positions through the penalties if he doesn't get one himself. And Grumpy gets a better exit though through the second part of that double corner. I think it's just going to keep him safe for Monkey Pill.
Crucially, Hot Boy getting a great exit as well, so he's staying right on the back of Monkey Pill. This is exactly what he needs to do to maximize his result today. Doesn't even necessarily need to force a move anywhere.
Cuts on the inside there, and he's picked up the 3-second time penalty. He's got to go defensive to the inside though. He's not going to let Monkey Pill pass without a fight. Monkey Pill looks like he has got the run on him though. He's going to go cleanly over on the outside. Grumpy can't fight that back.
What a move! What a move! Great little scrap.
Yeah, very, very brave there. A lot of trust between the two drivers as well. Monkey trusting Grumpy will always leave that space on the outside, and he did. So it was fair, respectful, but also some brilliant racing there between those two drivers, the two championship contenders.
Yeah, shout out, and yeah, that's going to be it for Grumpy. He's going to go into the pits. He has to change that tires. Those tires. Does he go? I think he's going to do another set of softs at this point.
I would imagine so. Yeah, with just the 4 laps remaining on the clock. Hot Boy trying to put Monkey under some pressure though. He seems to have got some good pace recently. Both those drivers, of course, on the hard tyres, so there's not really a tyre advantage between the two of them at all.
No.
TSD pretty close to home numerals as well. They look like they're having a little bit of a fight. TSD can't quite get past it through the 3rd sector. It's a little bit too tight and twisty.
So I'm going to go back on board with Hot Boy because he's still in the DRS of Monkey Pill. That strategy, though... Go on.
Nero and Grumpy were side by side there through turn 1. Nero manages just to keep P8, but I think he's just got to keep coming under pressure from Grumpy. I'd be surprised if Grumpy doesn't get past on this straight. He does have the fresh tyres and he is the championship leader. You'd imagine he's got to be the favourite to make the move, only 4 tenths between the two drivers. Grumpy not getting a bad exit either. He's got ERS to play with. Nero doesn't have much left. He's using it to defend. He's now below 10%. Grumpy's going to have the DRS. I don't think he's going to be close enough just yet. Coming out of the chicane.
If he gets a decent exit. So let's see who gets a better exit here.
And it's definitely going to be Grumpy because he's managed to clip the apex perfectly. He might be past even before the corner. Nero completely out of the RS. And Grumpy can just cruise past him, and he needs to get on now to USGT fishing. 12 seconds ahead is the gap, so it's going to be difficult to catch up, but he's got to try. Hot Boy falling back a little bit as well from Monkey Pill, who's starting to put in some good lap times. Oil's just... He's just... he's got a...
Very quick.
Up a song, I think, at the moment.
Very quick, very consistent up front. Hot Boy.
Monkey Pill, something's happened there, because they were side by side.
Great racing from these guys.
I missed that then. I thought Monkey Pill was a little bit too far ahead, and then Hot Boy suddenly was alongside, so I'm not sure if there was a mistake from Monkey, but Hot Boy's made his own mistake going into Sector 2, the end of Sector 1. I don't think he's going to be able to get a good enough exit on Monkey Pill, who has the advantage of ERS as well.
I don't think Hot Boy is the faster of the two drivers between him and Monkey Pill, but this DRS is allowing him to remain there.
Yeah, and he needs to get better at managing his ERS. He's using his overtake, and he's got no ERS left, and he's still using his overtake. He needs to let that replenish if he wants to have a chance. But Nico and Rusty are side by side. Rusty getting past Nico John there.
Nice move.
Back and 2 drivers.
Nice move from Rusty. So that's Rusty up into 5th. The battle for 5th between Rusty and Nico. The McLaren versus that Williams. So what are the lap times at the moment? So we have Orioles last lap of the 133.9, Monkey Pill last lap of the 134.1, and Hot Boy 133.7. So of the front runners, no, actually out of everybody, Hot Boy's actually the fastest man on track at the moment.
Yeah, Nico John continuing to put the pressure on Rusty then, as Rusty had a little lock up through Sector 3. I think Rusty might just be a little bit faster than Nico John, but as we saw with that DRS is very powerful, so he can really stick with it.
Everything lining up for Rusty today, though. Rusty is one of these guys, again, who I'm sure it's like I'm going on and on about it, but Rusty has improved tremendously since he first started with us, and it was for me it was only a matter of time before he started putting himself into that top 5 contention. as Grumpy sets the fastest lap. He's flying on the softs. So Rusty, this will be a good test. He needs to, when the pressure's on, the last 2.5 laps, he needs to not make any mistakes because Nico John is right behind him and ready to pounce.
This is Hot Boy's chance to get P2. He's going to go to the inside of Monkey Pill down the main straight. He puts a little bit of a squeeze on and he's cleanly passed, but I think Monkey should be able to fight this one back though down the next straight because he has the advantage of having more ERS to play with.
Right.
I don't think he's going to try it though.
I think he's setting himself up for a move down the back straight again.
Yeah, if he can just stick close enough. Spooling has also gotten involved though in this little fight. He's caught right up to P3 as we've got a yellow flag in sector 1. That's an Alpha Towery that's around. I think that was Roman numerals there who made the mistake. He's collected it back up onto the track. He it doesn't look to have any damage, so he can carry on, but he's lost a lot of time there.
So Hot Boy's flying at the moment. Really great pace from Hot Boy. He's really come alive in the second half of the race.
Yeah, there's only a few laps left, so I don't think he's going to be able to put pressure on Orioles if he is going very quickly. But he only needs to gain 1.7 seconds on Orioles in order to take that. And there's yellow flags there around the final corner, I think.
And it's cleared up now, so I'm not sure what happened, but it's cleared up now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there was a little coming together maybe between Rusty and Nico John, but yeah, everybody's able to continue completely fine now as we've got another yellow flag.
But check this out now. Spoolin has reeled in Hot Boy and Monkey Pill. Spoolin, who has no time penalties, so all he needs to do is stay with Monkey Pill, and he will inherit a podium position.
Yeah, do we think maybe he might fancy himself to actually get out after Hot Boy as well? Though we'll have to wait and see. Depends on how good he thinks his pace is. Maybe those mediums are just a little bit better than those hard tyres.
But he's only got a lap and a half to do it, so I don't think that's a possibility, but anything can happen.
I think Monkey might be able to put a little bit of pressure onto Hot Boy here. He's stuck up in the slipstream. I don't think he's going to be able to make the move though. He has the ERS, he could have made the move there if he wanted to, but for some reason he's decided to stick behind. Perhaps he realises with those penalties that he just needs to try and stick behind and not slow themselves down because they're just going to back themselves up into more drivers.
So battles all through the field. The battle for second between Hot Boy and Monkey Pill, Spoolin just behind, but behind them we've got Rusty and Nico John having a great scrap for 5th. This is going to be a battle for 5th on track because they both have the same amount of time penalties, so whoever's ahead on track as they cross the line is going to be the guy who is ahead in terms of the final results there. Now the drivers are, once they cross this finish line, this will be the white flag, last lap.
Yeah, and this might be where Monkey Pill decides to strike. He used a little bit of ERS down the pit straight just to try and close up to Hot Boy.
Yep. Hot Boy out of ERS, or he was below 10%.
See him really pushing through the corners, and he's already on the inside of Hot Boy through this double right-hander. It looks like he just has a little bit more grip than Hot Boy at the moment. Maybe Hot Boy just took the life out of those tyres when he was pushing to catch up to Monkey Pill earlier on in the race. Monkey Pill going to deploy his ERS now.
Hot Boy out of ERS.
Tucked up in the slipstream, the closing speed's absolutely massive as he's going to make the move easily down the inside. He's going to be able to move back across in the braking zone if he wanted to.
Yep.
And Spooling is probably going to be putting the pressure on Hot Boy now because of course this is for position, neither of them with the time penalties. Spooling burning through that ERS, he's trying to get up to Hot Boy.
But I don't see why he's not pushing it.
I don't know why he would not push, I really don't understand that.
He's not using up his ERS. Maybe he's counting on Monkey Pill to fall behind those guys anyway, but
he could have gotten Hot Boy quite easily there, and he just decided not to, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on there.
And behind them, Nico John's trying to make a move around Rusty, but can't find an opening.
Yeah, it's so difficult through this third sector, especially with the dirty air and how wide these cars are. Orioles swerving everywhere.
Orioles for the win. Great job from Orioles. Monkey Pill just behind P2. Great job from Monkey Pill. He does have a time penalty, so the Hot Boy crosses the line. He's up to second, and Spoolin does inherit third.
Yeah, Nico John using his DRS, but he's not going to be close enough to Rusty to make it. Sort of We've got a yellow flag in sector 3 as well, but I think that's just a glitch. Nico and Rusty, P5 and P6 respectively. US GT comes home in P7. Grumpy, our championship leader, has had a difficult race though. He's down in P8 with Nero just behind in P9, Shep P10. It looks like TESD is probably going to lose 11th place to Roman numerals as well, who has
I think so.
time penalties.
I think so.
Those two swap places. think it's going to be TSD in 12th, Roman numerals in 11th, and then JH to round off the field in P13.
Let's go on board with Roman numerals. Can he take 11th? He's pushing. He does.
He manages to grab it. JH
Great.
is going to be far too far behind, I think, to even try.
But shout out to Roman numerals. Didn't give up. He kept pushing, and because of that, he's up into 11th. If he would have backed off the gas at any point in the race, he would have lost that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it shows how anything can happen. You've always got to keep pushing in Formula 1. I mean, I think we say it every single race. There's always something that goes on that makes us go.
Right.
That's why you don't give up, so.
Right.
Just
So,
a drive by Nico John as well. I think he's got to be my driver of the day, to be honest. Either him or Orioles. Of course, Nico John with no assists, driving in the rain, very difficult, so he's done a great job there.
but Nico John, again, missed the consistency. Now, Nico John's third in the championship, behind Grumpy and Monkey Pill. The only person that's done better out of those three than Nico John today is Monkey Pill. So Nico John making up points to the championship leader. He is losing a little bit of ground to Monkey Pill, but very consistent. Top 6 is still really great in my book. Bacon in the chat saying that, no, Suzuki saying Hot Boy's done it. That's P2. Bacon saying that it wasn't enough. The mediums are done now, but the hards did prevail. Suzuki saying big mistake for Rusty. Yeah, I think the guys are just wrapping up what they were looking at. But that's going to be our finishing order. Orioles, Hot Boy, and Spoolin in the top 3. So great job to these guys.
Yeah, and looking at this really on pace, you would think that Grumpy should probably have gotten himself at least on the podium, but that strategy call really ruined it for him going onto those softs. Perhaps he took the gamble to try and get the win, and it just did not pay off, and he ended up losing the podium all the way down in P8. That's a really difficult result for him in the championship with how tight things are at the top between him and Monkey Pill.
The way that it happened as well, you can see that with most of the drivers opting for that hard tire, the hard tire was most likely the call from the garage in terms of Jeff, the engineer, telling you that now it's time for the dry tires. So it seems like Grumpy manually selected the soft tire, like you said, and took a gamble, and it just has not paid out today. I think in hindsight, maybe the medium tire was a better choice. I don't know. Do you think he was expecting a lot of people to gamble as well?
I'm not sure really. I think he was probably banking on Orioles actually going onto the hards. Maybe he thought that the pace difference could be that much that he could get past and possibly pull out a pit stop, or pull out such a lead that he could trundle about on really worn softs and still manage to keep it ahead by the end, but it's clearly not worked for him, unfortunately.
Well, that's then going to be our second win of the season for Orioles, who last won at Spain and had a tough race at Monaco. Was only able to get 14th, but back on the top step today. So great race from Tier 2. From everyone that tuned in, thank you for tuning in. It's Tier 2 Performance Racing League, round 10, the France GP. Check it out tomorrow. We have Tier 1 and Premier Tier. I've been joined by Will. Will, thank you for joining me.
No problem. Thanks for having me. It's been a great race.
Yeah, take care, everybody.